everybody. The Cuban Sandwich Festival in Ybor City kicks off tomorrow. Now in its third year, the festival has expanded to 2 days of food, of live music, street vendors are there. ABC Action News anchors have a super difficult job. Tomorrow morning, we will be judging the traditional Cuban sandwich competition. Joining us with more in our studio, we've got a full house on the interview set. Of course, the stars are these beautiful Cuban sandwiches, but we have Ylor Goldberg with the Stone Soup Company.
Thanks
and then we have Michelle and Robert Faedo, all of them winners. You all won. The Faedos won the first and the second year. Yes. Last year you won both.
Correct. Yes.
The traditional and the non-traditional. Yes. And then, Ylor, you were the People's Choice.
We were People's Choice last year, and the year before we were second place in judges.
So how many pounds of jamon, queso, pickles, Cuban bread do you think you're going to have for
pounds and pounds?
Okay, so everybody asks, what's in a Cuban sandwich? You brought some of the ingredients.
This is the official Tampa Cuban sandwich. We have cooked ham that's lightly cut. We've got a pulled pork that's made with mojo and it's roasted overnight. We have Genoa salami. We have Swiss cheese, pickles, kosher pickles, and we have the famous Tampa Cuban bread, which is made with a palm frond from several of the bakeries in town.
That's right.
And what we do is we save our, we do something special. We save the juices from our pork and we use them as a dip in the sandwich. You can actually dip the sandwich in the juices and get a little more.
Now, some folks have asked why the pork with the Genoa salami, and it's because you're celebrating the Italian and the Cuban culture?
This is a very much of a traditional sandwich. It was made by immigrants, so there's a country tied to each one. So you have the pork is Cuban, the Genoa salami is Italian from the Italian immigrants.
Right.
They say the pickles came from the Jewish immigrants, and the Swiss came from European and from German.
How do you keep from gaining a gazoogle pounds when you're making all this stuff? This sounds really good.
When you work this hard, you just burn it off. You're constantly working.
Well, let me move over here. If you can scooch over a little bit to talk to Michelle and Robert. You guys have won 2 years in a row.
Yes.
I understand that this is your last year allowed to compete, right?
Yes, yes.
And why is that?
Well, if we win this year, it will definitely be our last year. I think they're going to make us judges
They want to make it fair. Give somebody else a chance, right?
Absolutely.
Robert, you were saying the sandwiches are so beautiful. This is the ones that you brought. And so what is this on the top?
That's just a garlic herb butter that we put on there, you know, to give it a little flavor, because you have to kick them up a notch, just like Emerald Lagasse says.
And it's eye candy.
And it's eye candy. Yeah. Another thing is, this is, when she makes these sandwiches, is more than just a sandwich. This is a piece of art. She really does. I mean, if you watch her make these sandwiches, it's just a beautiful thing, even to the way the ham lays, the pork, the pickles, the mustard.
What's the trick to it? You were saying earlier,
the big trick
the pressing?
And this takes a lot of years of experience to know this trick, okay? But when you put them on your press, the temperature has everything to do with it, I say, because this is the first fusion food in Tampa. So when this ham and the salami and the cheeses and the pork all heat up to a certain temperature that she knows, an expert, to pull it right out, that makes the perfect sandwich.
Okay, so we've got the crew coming over right after the morning show tomorrow. John Thomas, Bill Logan, Miss Laura, Dan Schaefer. I have to ask, how many calories in this thing? It's so good.
You know what? I really have no idea. And
good answer.
Just,
Let's just keep it that way.
Yourself. You live once and enjoy
it. Yum! Well, we are going to go to commercial break so I can start eating some of this great food. The Cuban Sandwich Festival kicks off tomorrow morning at Centennial Park in Ybor City, March 22 and March 23. Come on out. For more details, visit thecubansandwichfestival.com.